KSP. But if Shax continues to get into the back line and harass AimGod, harass Tuber, it's going to be so difficult for Washington to put up any kind of defense.
I'm going to say Volskaya Industries is a classic playground for the Tracer players. We've had some iconic moments. Profit, for example, the old Striker save the Obi-1v1 that occurred. Yeah. Stage 3 of Year 1, obviously, a long time ago now. And now we may see another one. Shax versus Stitch. See if Stitch can keep Shax in check. That might be the key to victory for Washington Justice. But the Valiant are going to be rolling out with this double shield proposition. A lot of spam damage sent in. KSP just missing the dynamite. The coach gun trying to launch his way into safety, but finally gets healed up by the rest of his team. Washington just holding on to the point for now. Not really utilizing the high ground too much, but
very much a poke comp here from the Valiant, but they've split into two portions. It's McGravy and Shax over on the left-hand side, trying to fight for this flank. And the Washington Justice, they don't bother with the main core of the Valiant. They just pull back, put a lot of damage into McGravy, and end up coming away with a kill on Shax. So a decent start to this defense, but losing Janu and then also losing Tuber, this is starting to fall to pieces.
Yeah, this is the divide and conquer approach. Take the high ground away from them, surround them from every single angle, and you just pepper in the damage, and they cannot afford to really look one way or the other, because it doesn't matter which way they look, they're going to get brought down eventually. An easy opening now for the Valiant.
Yeah, fighting over key high ground positions as well. Normally, most teams would play the Valiant's composition by trying to flank their Tracer and play all the rest in like a line, basically. They're just trying to poke down the enemy shields. But Valiant going for a different kind of approach. Like you said, divide and conquer. They're trying to surround them, and I wonder whether this is the same kind of stuff they'll do on point B. It's much more difficult on point B to be able to get KSP and McGravy in flanking positions. It looks like they're going for it.
Oh my goodness, okay, the dynamite comes out, only connects onto the one. He's in no man's land, but that's okay, because Shax is there. That's 2 kills for him to try and set his team up.
Oh!
He's dead, man! Oh my goodness! Shax is looking unbeatable right now. Shredding them with the pistols. We'll see what else he can do now. The recoil's going to be used, but dangerous position to be in if you are raw. Damage is still being pumped in, but finally the supercharger comes down. Dragon Strike as well, just to split up the Valiant. Not letting them really get an entryway into this fight, but McGravy wants to use his Forbidding Flux anyway, and he gets a lot of value out of it. Arc falling means there's not going to be a lot of heals left for the Justice to try and remain onto this point. The last effort, I should say, coming out from Janu there, not quite enough, and that is going to be Los Angeles Valiant taking it with a 4.5-minute time bank.
Fantastic play from the Valiant there. Even after Shax went down, the rest of the Valiant disengaged, took up great positions again with Lastro and KSP, and just started pushing out ridiculous damage from very safe, powerful positions where they could see multiple angles. They look like a very well-coached squad. I mean, we already know that they are. A lot of people very highly rate Packing 10, and previously Gunber, who was with the Valiant roster, now Unter. This is a squad that knows how they want to play every single team fight. And when you pair that with the raw fragging ability of KSP and Shax, you've got a team that's going to punch well above its weight. Yes, and this is a team that I want to remind everybody as well at the start of the season, no one really had high expectations for Valiant. You especially, Josh. Oh,
you
very low
bet
expectations.
Against Custer.
I did.
You said that Valiant would not finish in the top 10, and you bet that if they did finish in the top 10, you would have to shave the Valiant logo into your head.
I did, and now I've gone
you've
bald.
skirted away from that bet because you're bald. So, what will it be, Josh? Have we got to wait for you to grow your hair back?
Yeah, I'm thinking, I mean, it's at the end of the season, right? So I still have some time to grow a little bit of hair back. What I'm thinking is I'll just grow a mullet and I'll shave it into the mullet. I'll just go bald with a mullet.
Good luck, some would say.
Yeah.
Others? Probably
most,
not. But
most would say probably not.
Most would say probably not. It is time for the Washington Justice to try and make their approach. But for the first section of Volskaya, Holton sends him straight up into the air. The accretion comes out a little bit late there from Janu, but enough to push them back. Valiant still in a solid position in terms of where the hold is from. Finally now going to be retreating back to the point itself. Good position to try and hold from. You see KSP just trying to send that dynamite damage in. He's doing just that, just trying to build up the bomb now. little bit of an approach coming as well, as the Justice are trying to work similar angles, but with less success as Tuba does fall. Stitch as well, losing this 1v1 battle. Not quite a 1v1, as Shax had the benefit of the Discord Orb. It means that the Valiant probably going to be the ones coming out on top as the victors in this strung out team fight.
And now 1 minute gone. The Washington Justice haven't really been able to build up to any ultimates. Arc the closest, and the Valiant are in a somewhat similar position, but obviously favored because they're defensive. Shax is just continuing to be a menace with this constant harmony orb from Lastro. He's almost got up to his first pulse bomb, vastly outpacing Stitch in terms of damage done in that fight, and harassing the backline of Justice, stopping him from moving forward.
As well, one of the win conditions is going to be that Dragon Strike, but no opportunities to even build it up. You lose players like that, you cannot take positioning, especially Janu. It's so pivotal taking out one of the tanks. There's not going to be any shields available for you. Damage mitigation gone means that you've got to wait for Janu to respawn. Finally, he is back. Now Justice can begin their approach once more.
Let's see what approach they take. Stitch with the Harmony Orb, likely to try and dash into the right-hand side room, see if he can take a duel against Shax, relieve some of that pressure. Shax has a pulse bomb. Whole pulse bomb could be deadly here.
A lot of damage being blocked in. There you go. Janu falls again. Dynamite up top. Tuba very weak. Kesby has to use that coach gun just to retreat to safety once more, but that's okay. Healed up.
Both Sigmas going down here actually benefits the Washington Justice. It allows them to get in a little bit.
Yes, yeah, positioning has been given up now, and it's on Shax and the rest of his team to try and make some magic happen. They're doing just that. They do end up trading a little bit one-for-one there. Lastro over-peaking a little bit, gets taken out, but they force out the Immortality Field. Shax hunting for a pick-off, not able to find it. This does favor the Justice, as you said, Josh. Now the Dragon Strike is going to be used in close quarters, just to push them out of it. No casualties. They don't get a pick-off. They don't even force the positioning, so they can even get a pick-off the back of it. I'm going to be quite happy to try and push this one back now, especially with Dreamer laying down that supercharger. It's going to give them a big damage boost.
They're just trying to get a flank up on the high ground. It was Dreamer alongside Rain, I believe that was, who was playing on the high grounds trying to get value out of the supercharger. It's become very messy and scrappy, but the Valiant have given up ticks to be able to take control of the high ground. And again, they're fighting over the best positioning possible. But this has just become a series of 1v1s now, and whoever comes out on top, will just be the raw fragger. Stitch, with a little bit of help, manages to get the better into Shax, but Kesby on the high ground continues to unload shots. Stitch falls, Raw falls, and the Valiant, again, holding on by the skin of their teeth.
The longer that fight took, the more it should have been in favor for the Washington Justice when they've got the closer spawners, but for some reason, something ticked in the back of my mind that told me that the Valiant weren't out of that fight, despite the fact that they lost so many of their players, despite the fact that they gave up high ground. They were able to work in the advantages they were given. And now, once again, they are defending, and we are in the final 10 seconds. The Justice, they've got to push this now. They have to get a tick. Otherwise, it's all over. The series is done. It's dusted. Immortality forced out early. Gravitic Flux sends them straight up, but Rain with the Immortality Field will keep them alive. Transcendence laid out on top as well. Lastro is going to be healing his teammates like KSP, hunting for a shot or two. But that pick up on the Dreamer could be a good one. Could be the opening that the Justice needed. But it is even trades all over the place. Oh, what is that pulse bomb? 2 kills for him. Tuba finally brings him out, but it's a one-man army. KSP, the last one standing. McGravy types easy in the chat.